Hey everyone, today I have an updated Tell Me When guide for you. Now, Tell Me When is the add-on you see next to my unit frame and above my action bars, which you'll see shortly, that I use to keep track of my abilities. Now, I've already made a video about this in the past, where I showed you how to keep track of healing elixirs and tiger power. So I won't be covering those today, but if you want to know how to do that, I'll leave a link to my older Tell Me When video in the description below. But today, I'm going to show you how to keep track of your trinket proc, your tiger eye brew, and your chi brew, because many of you have been asking me. So yeah, but before we get started, just quickly wanted to say that you should pause this video during certain points, because I think it'll make things easier to follow, because this add-on can be pretty confusing, and you can get lost sometimes. So let's get started. I'll try and explain it as easy and best I can. Okay. So I'm going to type /TMW. It's going to bring up the Tell Me When bar, and I'm going to right-click an empty slot here. And this is going to be our trinket proc. So up here, icon type. We're going to click buff debuff. Choose spells to check. That's going to be Surge of Conquest. Now on the right here, I'm choosing the top one under the suggestions box because that's the agility Surge of Conquest. Okay, now I'm going to check the only check mine box, I'm going to check the all absent box and make sure it's all the way up to 100%, and we're going to check the show timer box. And I believe that is it for this page. So now on the bottom, there's the events tab. We're going to click that. We're going to click add event handler, on condition set passing, animation. We're going to click icon activation border and play indefinitely. Then we're going to click the Event Conditions button, click to add a condition, choose a type, buffs, debuffs, buff stacks. Buff to check, that would be Surge of Conquest. And on the right here on the suggestions box, I'm clicking the top one, and I'm going to check mark the only check mine box. And we're going to have this equal to 1 stack. Okay, now on the bottom, we're going back to the Events tab, and we're going to click Add Event Handler, On Condition Set Passing, Animation, Icon Stop Animations, and then we're going to click Event Conditions. Click to add a condition, choose a type, buffs, debuffs, and buff stacks. Buffs to check, again, it's Surge of Conquest, and again, we're clicking the top one under the suggestions box. And we're going to check mark the only check mine box, and I think we're going to leave this at equal to 0 stacks. So I think we're finished with that button, so I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to type /TMW to get the options there. So now I have a third icon next to my unit frame here, and we're going to attack this dummy and see if my trinket pops up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I got my trinket proc. It's all lit up. It's got a timer sweeper bar to let me know how much time is left. It's showing the icon. That's awesome. That's great. Really helpful. I use this as sort of an indicator to let me know when I could have some good burst opportunities and potential. So yeah, so now it just delit, telling me I don't have the buff anymore. Great. It's working good. Okay. So now we're going to set up our tiger eye brew and our chi brew. But to do that, we're going to set up a second Tell Me When bar, because I like to have these at the bottom of my screen above my action bars. So let's do that first. So I'm going to click the game menu, go to interface. On top here, I'm clicking the add-ons tab. There's Tell Me When, and under the menu here, there's groups. We're going to click that. We're going to click the little plus icon next to groups, and we're going to click Add Another Group. And on the right here, we're going to click Icon. Now, I can't see this bar yet, so I'm going to hit OK, return to game, and we're going to type /TMW. Okay, so there's our second bar. It's covering my face right now. So I'm going to move this wherever I want. Moving it down here, trying to get towards the center of the screen. Let's see. That looks alright. But very quickly, I just want to show you guys the options again. So we're going to go back, interface, add-ons, tell me when. So here's the group 2 options. Just so you guys know, you can actually configure how many columns and buttons and rows and stuff you want on your tell me when bars. So if you wanted to, you could change the columns to 2 since I'm showing you guys how to add 2 more abilities. But you could easily, you know, give yourself a whole bunch. There's 8. How far can this go? There's 20. 20 extra buttons. That's a lot. Anyway, I'm just going to leave mine at 4 just because I feel like it. Okay. Now, I'm going to right-click an empty button. And let's see. Let's make this Tiger Eye Brew. So up here, icon type, we're going to click Spell Cooldown. Choose Spell to check. Tiger Eye Brew. I'm clicking the top one here under the suggestions box. We're going to make sure the unusable checkmark box is checked. Make sure it's all the way up to 100%. We're going to click Show Timer. And there's one more thing we're going to do on this page. On the bottom here, there's like a little number 2, and it says Stacks Hide. We're going to click that, and a dog tag box comes up, and we're going to click Stacks. There we go. So we're finished with this page. Let's go to the Events tab at the bottom. Add Event Handler, On Condition Set Passing, Animation. We're going to click Icon Activation Border and Play Indefinitely. Then we're going to click the Event Conditions tab. Click to add a condition. Choose a type. We're going to go to Spells Items. And we're going to click Spell Charges. Spell to check. That would be Tiger Eye Brew. Again, I'm clicking the top one in the suggestions box. And I'm going to right-click this slider bar, and we're going to type in 10. And I'm going to hit Enter, and we're going to change the operator to greater than or equal to. So there we go. Tiger Eye Brew, greater than or equal to 10. Going back to the Events tab at the bottom, Add Event Handler, On Condition Set Passing, Animation. Then we're going to click Icon Stop Animations, and then we're going to click Event Conditions. Click to add a condition, choose a type, Spells Items, Spell Charges. Spell to check, again, it's going to be Tiger Eye Brew. I'm going to I'm choosing the top Tiger Eye Brew in the suggestions box. And then I'm going to right-click the slider bar, and we're going to type in 9 and hit Enter. And the operator, we're going to change that to less than or equal to 9. So there we go. So that should be our Tiger Eye Brew. I think that's done. So while we're at it, let's also set up Chi Brew. So I'm clicking another empty slot on our Tiger Eye bar. I mean our Tell Me When bar. And icon type. We're going to go to Spell Cooldown. Choose spells to check. This is going to be Chi Brew. I'm choosing the top Chi Brew in the suggestions box. I'm check marking the unusable box. Make sure that's up to 100%. Show timer. And then down here, again, where it says Stacks Hide, we're going to click that. Here's the dog tags box, and we're going to click Stacks. Okay. Done with this page. Now, down to the Events tab. Add Event Handler. On Condition Set Passing. Animation. And we're going to do Icon Activation Border. Play Indefinitely. We're going to click Event Conditions. Click to add a condition. Choose a type. Spells Items. Spell Charges. Spells to check. Again, that is Chi Brew. Click on the top one in the suggestions box. And I'm going to change this to 1. Oh, it's being all weird with like decimal points. Okay, so I'm going to right click the slider bar here. Manually type in 1. Hit Enter. And we're going to change the operator to greater than or equal to 1. Alright, back to the Events tab. Add Event Handler. On Condition Set Passing. Animation. Icon Stop Animations. Then we're going to click Event Conditions. Click to add a condition. Choose a type. Spells Items. Spell Charges. Spells to check. Again, that is Chi Brew. Click on the top one in the suggestions box. And I think we're just going to leave this equal to 0. Okay. So I'm going to type /TMW to get out of these options here. And I'm actually going to consume both of my chi brews, and I'm going to log out and log back in. Sometimes after you like set these bars up, you need to log out and log back in for them to like act normal. So logging back in, and let's test it out. Everything should work perfectly. So let's try it out. All right, here we go. At the bottom, you can see my chi brew. It's not lit up. I don't have any ready to go, but the timer bar is coming up soon in 10 seconds about, and it should light up. And it's telling me I have a 4 stack of Tiger Eye, which is cool. Let's attack a dummy here. Okay. Alright, my chi brew just lit up, telling me I have 1 chi brew ready to go. So I'm going to consume that. Help me get my Tiger Eye stack. There we go. 10 stack of Tiger Eye. It lit up. Lets me know I'm ready. Ready to do some bursting. And it keeps telling me, you know, I have an 11 stack, 12 stack. Keeps going up. Great. Awesome. So, yep, that's how you set those up, guys. I hope this video was helpful. Please, like, favorite, share this video. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.